ChatGPT may be eroding critical thinking skills according to a new MIT study. Researchers used an EEG to record the writer's brain activity across 32 regions and found that of the three groups, ChatGPT users had the lowest brain engagement and consistently underperformed at neuro-linguistic and behavioral levels. I don't really know anything about the legitimacy of this study, and I don't really bother to check further. But I know that on a personal level, from my experience, I can really relate to that. I think it's true. I do believe that by using AI tools too often, we actually lose our own sharpness of the brain and we become a little bit dumber. This may be an overstatement, but I feel that it's true, at least in my experience. I have been using ChatGPT for about 3 years now, ChatGPT and other AI tools, to delegate some routine parts of my work to help me come up with texts, emails, give me some ideas in my work. And what I've noticed is that lately it's getting much harder for me to think on my own, like to come up with my own ideas, to come up with my own emails, right? Because it's much easier to give it a prompt, to delegate it to an AI and get your email written in a second or two. But it's also much more dangerous because I feel like I'm getting lazier. And on top of that, I feel like I'm actually losing my ability to communicate. I don't really know what's gonna be in the future, what it's gonna look like. I don't really think anyone can tell you. I don't think every study should be questioned. But on a personal level, I feel that AI tools getting more dangerous. Dangerous not in terms of like the Terminator scenario that they'll take over the world, but dangerous in terms of our brain development, like human brain development. But here comes the question, should we stop using AI tools? Or should I personally stop using AI tools? I don't think so, because most of my projects and work are really based on help of AI. And I don't know if I will be able to handle that amount of work on my own without any help of the tools that I use. Yet, what I can do, and I think what people should do, is to limit this amount of work and do not delegate every single thing they do to an AI. I know people have different jobs, and that's why mostly I talk about my experience. The people I know around me who work using computers, designers, marketers, SMM specialists, whoever there is, like bloggers, most of them use AI to cover the majority of their work. So let's just assume that it makes us dumber. We lose our cognitive function, it affects us in a negative way. What should we do about it? Or should we? So I don't think we should drop the delegation completely, but we can drop it to some extent. So what I mean by this is that instead of delegating this task of writing an email to ChatGPT, you can actually take the time to write it yourself. Any other task you do, instead of delegating it, just take some time to actually do it yourself. And I think that's helpful, and let's just feel much warmer. This, from what I feel in my bubble where I work, is that society kind of became this AI talking to AI. Even ads I see right now on Facebook and YouTube, they're mostly made by AI, and you can feel it, you can see it. The video itself, the narration, the footage, the script, it feels like a whole AI is communicating to AI thing. And it just feels a bit unnatural. It's like I don't want to lose this human touch. I want to keep this human touch. Like I want to feel this relationship that human is talking to a human, person to person, like real authentic person, and not some robot that has been created by some programmer. It just feels a bit awkward, like I don't really want to be involved in this relationship of businesses to clients, of businesses being behind the AI. And I'm not really conservative. I'm all for the development. And I'm glad that people now have the opportunity to actually enter the market by generating an AI video and then selling something. It removes the barrier, but it also removes the part of your skill. And then some can argue that, well, okay, if your job is going to be replaced, but that's not the topic of the video. But anyway, so if your job is going to be replaced, then you deserve it. And so I'm not talking about the job's replacement and so on. I'm just talking about your own ability to think and actually come up with ideas. Because I think the human brain is much, much stronger in this term, right? We're all creative. And then I don't want to lose this touch myself. I don't want to lose my creativity. I don't want to lose my ability to express myself just because I delegate everything to an AI. And if you have anything to add to this discussion, you're welcome to write any comments under this video. Yeah, that's all. Bye. See ya.